to set the stage for you. John Carpenter, who was relatively unknown at the time, decides to make a film set during Halloween. He finds himself a crew of mostly unknown actors, decides to write the score as well as direct the film, all while under the budget of just over $300,000, which even back then was nothing in order to create a feature-length film. You'd think that nothing more could be pitted against them, and after the film was assembled, they all thought it would be a massive failure. Obviously, the film was released to glowing reviews, and a new horror icon is created in Michael Myers. But why was it so successful? It's by no means a perfect film, but was it perfect for the time it was created?
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
I'd like to tell you why I personally think this movie is so iconic, why it's one of my personal favorites to this day, and the reasoning isn't really what you'd expect.
If you say so.
Growing up, I would always watch bits and pieces of Halloween with my parents, but only in the past few years have I really invested time into this massive horror franchise spanning 13 films with the release of Halloween Ends. People clearly have an interest, and I for one watch this film every Halloween, and I truly believe that it has stood the test of time for 3 key reasons. And the first is its use of the holiday spirit. Yes, Christmas spirit is a big thing, but the month before that all kicks into gear, Halloween has a spirit of its own, and a lot of that has to do with this film. It captures the vibe of Halloween perfectly. Trick-or-treaters running around collecting candy, the conversations characters have about upcoming school events and activities, the fall atmosphere, despite it being filmed in summer. Yes, go back and look at the grass and trees, which are all very green. And yet you still feel like this is a chilly October day. It's a perfect mood movie for the October Halloween season. And whenever I think about chilly fall days, this movie comes to mind.
Can we make jack-o'-lanterns? Sure. Can we watch the monster movies? Sure. Can you read to me? Can we make popcorn? Sure.
Another reason, and this one's a little more popular, for why this movie is so great, is Donald Pleasence.
You must think me a very sinister doctor. Oh, I do have a permit.
Seems to me you're just plain scared.
Yes, I am.
He plays the great Sam Loomis to perfection, and every line he delivers is iconic.
He's gone from here. The evil is gone.
He really helps this movie become greater just by amping up how terrifying the Shape really is.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
I think that had it not been for Loomis telling about the evil in Michael, and the last reason on this list, this wouldn't have been thought of as a horror classic. And that last reason, and this is the most important factor for why this movie was a success, is the music by John Carpenter. It still boggles my mind how a man who proclaimed that he can't even write a single note composed the best horror theme ever to grace our ears. This is the reason why we feel uneasy through even the most basic scenes of Laurie walking around Haddonfield, seeing cars drive by, and especially to show how evil Michael truly is. The highlight comes at the very end, after Loomis shoots Myers. When the music kicks in, you're filled with a sense of dread that the evil is gone and still out there to get you. So stay alert and watch your back, because after all, it is Halloween, and everyone's entitled to one good scare.